Hi, my name is Kevin, and I collect old irons. I am getting back to our in-depth videos, having been concentrating on the short videos these past several months while I was working on other projects. The short videos, about a minute long, are intended as something for the uninitiated, wider audience with the idea of attracting some new collectors, and we have done that. But I do also want to get back to the in-depth videos that show more details for the more experienced collector. In our first 100 in-depth videos, we talked a lot about many of the major iron-making companies, companies that produce many of the irons that we have in our collections. But what I want to do here is talk about one of the relatively minor companies, but one that's quite interesting to me. And that iron is this, marked here, the Baltimore, the Stockwell and Company from Baltimore. This and all the irons that we know for this group is powered by natural gas, and you can see that by the device here that's in the back that would connect with the hose that came from your natural gas source. We'll put this down here. I have more recently found another member of this group. This is also Stockwell and Company. This one is labeled the Economical, but is also from Baltimore. This has the natural gas coming from the front of the iron rather than from the back, as for the last example. And this one is marked by a door that opens in the back. And if you look inside, you can see the gas comes in and is heated within the iron, and that heats up this metal piece here, which helps to radiate the heat throughout the iron. And this is shown in an 1889 patent by Stockwell and Ensor. This device was patented in 1889 by Charles Stockwell and William Ensor. And there are a variety of other companies that licensed and use this patent and have that interesting door in the back of a natural gas iron. Stockwell and Ensor work together or separately under several company names. This hat iron, you can recognize as a hat iron because of the rounded front, also has a pipe going to the fuel source from the front, also has a door in the back. And this is labeled the Ensor and Company, also the Economical from Baltimore, Maryland. I have seen another one of these in a More Irons by Irons book, and also in a pressing irons chapter, and that iron is called the Stockwell and Ensor. And here is another natural gas iron, again the pipe coming in from the front, a door in the back, and this is called the Economical, company name W.M. Hollingsworth, Baltimore, Maryland. And I've also come on to another trivet, and this is marked the Economical Ensor, Baltimore, Maryland. So what I have here is I have the Baltimore iron from the Stockwell and Company. I have the Stockwell and Company Economical. We have the Stockwell and Ensor and Company versions of the hat iron, and then we have the smaller iron from the W.H. Hollingsworth Company. I have 5 irons here, 4 that I own and another one that I have seen. These are not very common, and they represent 4 different company names, maybe 5 if you count this one. So this has a long history. These irons, patent was 1889. I know that this iron was marketed in 1915. So at least a 25-year history under many different companies, so a complicated history. I think this company, under all of its various names and its complicated history of 25 plus odd years, did a lot of things, but it developed a special niche for natural gas irons of very good construction for the better tailor market. And they showed that kind of elite status in these brass placards on the top of the irons, and they all have this oval insignia. But I find that other companies in the mid-19-teens, this is a Rosenbaum, started putting placards on some of its better irons as well. And besides that, I think that just the sheer ruggedness and stylishness and whatnot speak to this group of irons as being especially expensive for the especially good tailor. I wonder if we might be able to fire one of these things up at a later time when we get access to a natural gas heat source. While working on the script of this talk, I checked Stockwell Company on eBay and found this advertising receipt, dated 1915, and illustrating the two larger irons on the letterhead at the top of the receipt. The letterhead mentions the economical gas and air-heated pressing irons, other gas irons, calendaring machines, and Hercules and Samson pressing machines, which is, I think, to say that the company also made larger linen pressing devices for the even more commercial market. The invoice is for parts and labor to install an electrical line to a bathroom. So Stockwell Company, at least by 1915, was a natural gas iron manufacturer that also contracted electrical work. There are, by the way, in those early 1900s, a lot of small companies at least not well known to the iron collecting community, that had fallen into this natural gas niche, providing especially nice products for the tailor trade, and also not being all that important and their products being quite rare. It's nice to be getting back into these in-depth videos. In the last 6 or so months, I have bought a lot of irons at a couple of auctions, and so we have some more irons to talk about, some other interesting topics to cover. And if you will, please subscribe. Please continue your emails and questions and comments as you have been doing, and thank you.